morning, my name is Cody, Lufthansa 145, and welcome aboard this Eurowings flight from Dusseldorf into Mexico. Eurowings 1170. So we're just on the approach now. We're going to start our descent actually in about 70 nautical miles or so, but I thought I'd start the video a little bit early because we're at flight level 340 and the landing altitude is about 8,000 79? 73. So like once we descend, it's actually going to be a very quick descent and arrival into Mexico City. So we set ourselves up on the Datu 1 Charlie arrival, which goes a little bit like this. So Datu SLO17, something that I can't see because the map's in the way. SLO17, SLM, Mavic, and then after Mavic, I have a disco because I gotta do manual, and then we'll turn ourselves for the center fix, and then ILS runway 5 right. It's a very simple arrival. Very mountainous though, so you have to be very, very careful about that. I know on final there's a mountain pretty close nearby, so we'll be making some really tight turns. So yeah. A330 memes today. Took this flight off last night before bed. Forgot that this was like a 12-hour flight, so thankfully due to time change I got one of those hours back. So I took off last night. We had the clocks roll back in North America. And I'm like, crap, I'm gonna land this thing at 12 noon. Like, man, it's gonna like burn most of my day, and I gotta try and get a couple other things flown and recorded just to work a little bit ahead. And I'm like, fuck, this thing's gonna be down at noon. And thankfully, it's now 10:35 my time on the new time, so we've been in the air now about 10 hours and 26 minutes, so this is almost an 11-hour flight. The flight routing. Let's show it. It does. So I took off from Dusseldorf and we headed north towards Scotland and Ireland. Then we took Nat track, I think that was Alpha, across over Newfoundland and Labrador, Quebec and Montreal. Then we've been over the eastern seaboard states. And right now we just came in from over the Gulf of Mexico and our arrival routing. Okay, so really windy up here. So I'm about 30 nautical miles to Datul, which is where I'll start my descent. I'm actually going to start the descent just a little bit early. I can't remember if this particular rendition of the Airbus is smart enough to know that if I push in the descent button that I want a 1,000 feet per minute descent until the VDEV catches up, which is actually a good secondary point. I think it's perf. No. There's a place where you can go to see the VDEV. I think that was it, but it's not showing right now, so I might have to wait until the system activates itself and then check that out. As you can tell, I am recording in the morning still, so I'm like a little this today. Over here for now. Have a look outside real quickly. Really starting to like the XP realistic. The head shaking and everything. That's pretty cool. I took off last night. Now, obviously, the A330 wasn't one of the presets, or I don't have a preset for the A330. Sorry. So I had to use like the default and like a default jets or whatever it was called. But we were taking off in the rain last night. It was just like it just sounded like we were getting pounded on. It was really awesome. Okay, so there's roughly about 10 now. Let's push that in and see if it will give me a nice 1,000 feet per minute. Oh, she might do it, boys. Yep, that's the way it's supposed to do it. Like 9 to 10,000 FPM descent, which means we'll dip below our vertical profile, and then once you pass your top of descent point, vertical profile will catch up, and then so it's like a nice light descent, and then once you actually catch up, then it'll. But it's still a bit easier on the passengers instead of all of a sudden going. Yeah, oh there it is, VDEV. So I'm now 600, 700 feet below our VNAV profile. And then we'll pass this point here, and then instead of it growing, it'll shrink, and then we'll catch up, and then the airplane will really start to descend. Turn here into the clouds. So now down 1,000. Number's still growing. Number's still growing. Now the number's shrinking. And one of our first restrictions is below flight level 250 and above 230. And the airplane now is really starting to go down, and this number is going to slowly get back to 0. That is an Airbus descent. Sorry, drinking lots of coffee, trying to wake up. Never been a big fan of recording in the morning. Now the only thing that's missing here, this likes to bug out on me from time to time, is the little magenta circle that's supposed to indicate where I am in my VNAV profile, but we can live without it. Now, because it's really quick, we're gonna let her talk back there. Oh, that's good. Got nothing for me? Okay. And as expected, Xplane has done its usual memeing, where it shuts an engine off for me. Why, I don't know, but Lord. It's weird as that it shuts an engine off, but it still simulates like the engine's running. So as far as landing is concerned, the runway five right is 12,795 feet, which means it's a pretty long runway, but it's a pretty long runway at altitude. So control of the airplane on the way in is going to be sluggish, and once we do get her down onto the ground at whatever definitely landing rate we hit, it's not going to have effective reverse. And so we might want to opt for an auto brake medium landing. Worst case scenario, we put it down and then we stop like a rock and then have to make this left right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to throw on auto brake medium. Now our turn towards...
Passengers are wearing cabin ready for landing.
Thank you. Now I'm gonna turn on the landing lights early because there's not much altitude between us and the ground. We get ACARS hit for that, but that's okay. Alright, so now the airplane settle onto that heading.
$2,500.
This thing does not like me. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't. I think it's because I gotta do this. So if I go direct to center point, insert. Now I think it knows where we need to be. This thing sucks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just been cleared to land at the arrival airport. Please make sure one last time your seatbelt is securely fastened. The flight attendants are currently passing around the cabin to make a final compliance check and pick up any remaining cuffs and glasses. Thank you.
What's Bubs 3? Turn all this stuff on now. There's lock. And approach. Autopilot 2. Runway's in sight. Localizer's coming. Very quick landing. Okay, that was a very sketchy turn, but we did it. Okay. Better. 5 nautical mile final. Runways in sight. Airplane stable-ish. Wish me luck. This is sketchy at best. I don't ever have a lot of
1,000.
1,000 with a lot of trust in this airplane. Okay.
$500. 400.
A little low.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue.
One 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Oh, that was balls. Yeah. Oh, that sucked really bad. Did you feel the bounce? Yikes. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Arrival Airport. For your safety and comfort, we ask that you please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Oh, she just died. Okay, go.
Seatbelt sign. This will indicate that we have marked at the gate and that it is safe for you to move about. Please check around your
Oh, tell me you bugged out.
you may have brought on board with you, and please use caution when opening the overhead bin, as heavy articles may have shifted around during the flight. On behalf of our airlines and the entire crew, I'd like
She's
to
bugged.
thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.
Oh, there we go. That bugged out for a second there. Okay, so thanks so much for joining me for that bag of rice. I wonder what the A cars picked up for that, because sometimes it's a different value. Yeah, about 300 landing, so to be expected, high altitude, big airplane, and really shitty piloting. So thanks so much for joining me for that. That was Eurowings 10, 17 something, I don't know anymore. It's too tiring this morning. 1170, that was Eurowings 1170. So for flights like that and other less annoying flights, you could totally join us at virtualh.com. Lots of tours always going on there, lots of good fun. Ooh. Hello. Nice. So I'm going to park up and we'll leave you with the visuals for that. Join us next Saturday for another Fly With Me video. Be sure to check out, like I said, virtualh.com. Smash the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. My name is Cody, Lufthansa 145, not a real pilot. Thanks so much for joining me for that flight, and we'll catch you next Saturday. Cheers, stay safe, and happy flying. Bye-bye.